This is so cool. And seeing this game, it just brings back a lot of really good memories for me about spending way too much time really late at night playing StarFox.
I know, you can just see this like cinematic opening. It's so good.
All right. So as we're getting started here, we probably should talk a little bit about how this game fits into the StarFox series for folks who maybe missed our digital event.
Right. This StarFox is kind of a reimagining of the original, or StarFox 64. It's it's not a prequel, it's not a sequel, it's just kind of it exists alongside that of Star Fox.
Yeah, I like it as a reimagining because it's going to be a whole new story, but there's a lot here that's really familiar, and then a lot of new stuff that.
I think you guys are.
Really
I'm using the gamepad. We're going to notice a lot of this split screen gameplay, and I was using it there to check in with my teammates. And people are going to, the voices are going to sound a little familiar. That's because we brought back a lot of the original voice actors, not just from the original, but from Star Fox 64 3D.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But again, this is a brand new Star Fox game, so those voices are going to have a new life, which is going to be really exciting.
And for some of those lines, the classic barrel roll lines, you got to keep those in to, keep the fans happy. But there's also a lot of really cool new lines that
I like to shoot Falco right off the start, give him a little friendly fire there. Wake him up.
All right, so Morgan here is kind of aiming around the screen, taking these enemies out. On his on the Wii U gamepad, he actually sees the cockpit view, whereas on the TV screen, he's seeing kind of like the overview. So you can either use the TV to aim or use the gamepad to aim.
And you can see right away we've got some stuff that we've never seen before. Like some sort of giant saw blades.
Boom. Oh, careful.
You got to dodge that stuff, man.
I think Miyamoto-san will be very sad if we destroy the R-Wing on our first go out.
Not going to happen. It's totally not going to happen.
It's not a cheap piece of equipment, so.
Yeah, and it's really fun to switch back and forth between the TV screen and the gamepad screen here.
And not only that, the gamepad gives you kind of a finer amount of control. Not only a finer amount, but a wider amount of control. Yeah. You can, if you actually tilt it straight up, you can shoot straight up while you're flying forward. It's
really cool. We're going to see some of that later when we get into the all-range section. And, people are going to, I think immediately you're going to feel sort of, this, we're going to see a lot of Star Fox Zero gameplay here on Treehouse Live, and I think people are going to be excited by things that are very familiar to them. Like this opening section, it's sort of, it's not really on rails, but it's classic sort of flying. We're going to see some all-range sections, and then we're going to see some other stuff, too, that I think is going to be really exciting.
Right.
And I'm really glad that during the digital event, we got to hear Miyamoto-san talk about the inspiration for a lot of the design here, because now having heard about the archways and the shrine inspiration, it's really interesting seeing the stage again and seeing it through those eyes.
Yeah, that's something that, obviously with playing past Star Fox games, you do a lot of, you fly under stuff and through stuff, but I'd never really thought of it,
Whoa! Watch out.
Being, like,
that guy was waiting his whole robot life to throw that beam at me. I love that guy.
That's his only programming, is to throw.
So was that one of the girder throwing robots that you just destroyed? Like big guys who throw
I'm just taking out some trees too, as long as I'm here, why not? And you guys can see my hits counting up there. It's, it's that classic Star Fox. I'm racking up hits as I take down enemies. I'm getting more of those as I get combos. So
right, yeah. So if you do that charge shot, take out like 3 enemies at a time, you're getting actually more hits than you would if you took them out individually.
Yeah. Well, there's another one of those guys. And I'm not going to save Corneria by getting a high score, but it's going to make me feel real good.
You never know. And those rings, those are refilling your shields and whatnot as you take damage.
Yeah, I think if people at home, I'm actually switching back and forth quite a bit between when I'm looking at the TV or looking at the gamepad, and we've got that picture-in-picture, which is nice. Obviously, they don't quite know where I'm looking, but it's so much fun to sort of switch back and forth.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, here we go, we're going into all-range mode now. There's
Speaking
General Pepper. He's holed up in the top floor.
Switching to all-range mode.
In all-range mode, again, I think we got a lot of Star Fox fans maybe watching, but people that haven't. Now I'm able to fly completely around this area in 360 degrees. I can also use the ZL button here. That's putting me into target view, so to check that out, I can bust out a really cool sort of cinematic viewpoint here. If you see my gamepad, I'm still in first person, but I'm able to use the TV to track a lot of these fighters. We've got a lot of enemy fighters right now. I'm going to get back to work here trying to take these guys down.
And that target view actually comes into play, you know, when you need to see where you are in relation to another object. Sometimes you can use that. Check the TV, be like, oh, this guy's behind me, and then go turn around and take him out.
Nice.
Whoa, watch out.
All right, so your goal right now, you have to take out 10 of these fighters.
Yeah, we've got to take out 10 of these bad boys.
Almost halfway there.
We're working on it.
Nice, good job.
I'm going to get a little laser upgrade here. That's going to help me out.
And it's really nice when you're not playing this, just getting to appreciate the background. Just sort of enjoying the scenery, and it's like, oh wait, sorry, there's people firing at
we
you,
talked
but
about, you know, well, I've got, you know, Peppy, Slippy, and Falco. They're doing a little work on those 10 fighters too. I'm going to bust out a few moves here.
Ooh, yeah.
You go, again, I'm using 2 sticks to fly, which might sound, yeah, you use 2 sticks, but you got to remember that original StarFox, you had 1 control stick. And being able to use 2, I'm able to do a lot of, you know, I'm just able to do a lot of really cool fly moves, but also, like I said, flick the sticks to do, you know, a nice somersault there. Of course, if I do a double tap,
Do a barrel roll.
do a barrel roll. Let's get back to work on these enemy fighters up here.
So you can also do like a U-turn.
Oh yeah.
Boost, you can brake. So you're using all these different maneuvers to try to...
Yeah, I'm using my right stick here to boost. You can see my boost meter at the bottom of the screen using up. Go ahead and...
come on, Morgan, you only got 2 more to go.
All right, let me fire
So
up a charge
close.
shot here.
Nice.
I know I got to take these enemies down, but I want to show off. We're kicking the tires here on the R way for everybody. Or I don't know, kicking the tires. I don't know if that works. Maybe we're... I don't know what we're doing. I guess if WiiU has tires, it probably lands at some point.
Alright. I'm really excited to show off the transformation here, so I feel like we need to hit the ground.
All right, I got these containers opening up, and yeah, I think you can see I'm flying above these guys using my gamepad to target their weak points, but I'm feeling a little frisky, so I'm going to go ahead and tap. This is a big moment here. I don't want to give it away, but here we go. Tap the A button.
Whoa. What's cool about the walker is you can... It changes your kind of maneuverability options. You can stand still, whereas in all...
It is like I can just stand here. Suddenly I'm not flying around. This guy's coming right toward me. I've also got a hover. I'm going to use the gamepad, look down.
Nice.
That guy was not prepared for me to walk
Can we show its little strafing move as well? Because I think that just looks really cool.
I've got a little. And of course, like any good StarFox vehicle, you can always do a barrel roll, even if you're in the walker.
So you gotta hit those red nubbins on the top of them.
Yeah, let me chase those guys down.
Now, one thing I think is really fun about the transformation, it's not just a different way to come at enemies and come at problems, but there's actually some stuff hidden around in these stages that you're not going to be able to find unless you shift into different transformations. So there's going to be some spots that are a little too narrow for your R-Wing to fit, and some other spots where it's just a tight fit, and you've got to know which vehicle you need to go through to get through there.
I just got a hot tip from Peppy that there's more coming from the shoreline. I'm going to fly above these guys. Get back into my
shooting basically straight down at those guys, which is something you weren't able to do in past StarFox episodes. But now with the gamepad, you can basically look straight down and kind of like be a bomber, do a bombing run sort of thing.
And it's a little easier to make sure you're not going to run into something when you look at the upper screen and you're like, okay, I can tell I'm not going to run into a building. Then focus on whatever's below you.
There's another one there. I just spotted it using target view. Whoop, watch out.
I feel like it's a little too peaceful right now. I don't trust it.
There's one there below me there. I'm using target view to lock onto him. And when I say lock on, I'm meaning lock on visually. I still have to actually do the work and aim for him. Whoa, buddy. Nice. Get off that tower. That's our tower.
Good job.